A very warm welcome, boys and girls. It is Bosryers episode number 3. Hennops, proudly brought to you by Torero Productions, The Country Pie, Think Metal, Hennops Off-Road Trail, Fatty's Chicken, Rubbish Man, Rolf's Workshop, At the Garage Recording Studio, Torero Logistics and Transport Services.
We started the day off with a convoy driving all the way from Carltonville to Hennops, and we met the rest of the team when we arrived there. Hallo, goeiemôre julle. Ek Etienne Dempers. Ons is vandag hier saam met die Bosryers span. Ons kuier bietjie hier by Hennops 4x4 en ek gaan vandag gesels met George Houseleitner. Dankie dat julle ons hier verwelkom en baie dankie vir die geleentheid wat julle ons gegee het om julle 4x4 baan te kan gebruik vir ons derde episode van Bosryers. En sê gou vir my, eerste van alles, wat staan ons te doen? Wat wag vir ons op hierdie 4x4 baan?
Ja, Etienne, baie welkom hierso. En ja, die roete gaan vir julle baie plesier gee. Daar is 'n paar uitdagende hindernisse om te oorkom, maar daar is ook maklike hindernisse vir beginryers.
Okay. So as jy nou sê daar's maklike hindernisse, neem ek ook aan dit is redelik familievriendelik, dat jy kan kom met jou familievoertuig, met jou vrou, met jou kinders en julle kan die dag kom saam geniet. En dan ook met die moeilike hindernisse neem ek aan, dit is nou wat dit 'n bietjie meer challenging is, wat jy meer saam met jou vriende sal kom en bietjie meer die challenge aanpak wat 'n bietjie gevaarliker is.
Dit is heeltemal korrek, Etienne, ja. Jy kan met jou hele familie kom, hulle geniet dit baie. Op die roete is die Donga lapa, waar mense bietjie kan ontspan en vleisie braai en voor jy nou die route verder voltooi. En dan is daar nou op die route die Rocky Climb wat nou nogal baie uitdagend is. En verder af is die Dongas wat eintlik vir die hele gesin groot plesier gee om deur hierdie Dongas te kan ry.
Okay. En as ek so mag vra, is daar spesifieke obstacles wat jy verkies ek eerder met 'n diflok moet ry of kan jy sonder diflok kan jy deurkom?
Definitief, daar's een of twee daarso wat 'n mens maar met laastrekking moet ry met diflok. Maar dit is maar net vir die gesoute manne wat daar gaan.
Is dit? Okay, en dan die Donga lapa, wat behels die Donga lapa?
Maar dit is maar net 'n lapa met kombuisgeriewe. As 'n mens nou self wil kos voorberei, dan kan die mense dit daarso doen en dan met die braaiplekke net buitekant.
So daar is 'n braaigeriewe en dan is dit ook selfsorg, so jy bring jou eie goed, jou eie braaitange, jou eie vleis, jou eie charcoal en jy kan dit daar geniet.
Dit is korrek, ja.
En dan het jy enigstens eenhede wat as jy onvoorbereid kom, dat jy by 'n plek wel kan ietsie kry om te eet te koop?
Ja, as ons kan teruggaan na die staproete parkeerarea toe. Daar is ligte verversing vir die mense kan koop, ligte etes, soos worstbroodjies en hamburgers en goeie koffie en natuurlik koeldrank en water en die.
Ja, so baie dankie. En dan ek hoor hom praat nou van die staproetes. Is daar meer as die 4x4 geleenthede wat hier so by Hennops beskikbaar is?
Ja, op die plaas is die staproetes met verskeie roetes. Die zebra roete en die krokodilberg roete. 6,5 kilometer en 'n 10 kilometer. En dan is daar ook 'n kortjie vir jong kinders, 2,5. Dit is die Dassie roete. Wat hulle baie geniet en hulle doen die rivierkruisings met deur middel van 2 hangbrugge en dan het ons ook 'n kabelkarretjie hierso wat die mense ook baie geniet.
Baie nice. Ek is nogal nuuskierig om die kabelkarretjie te sien.
Ja.
Gaan ons hom enigstens kan ergens raakry op die roete?
Nie as jy op die 4x4 roete is nie, maar wel op die staproete.
Okay, fantasties. En is hier enige wild op hierdie plaas?
Ja, die zebra staproete gedeelte en ook waar die 4x4 is 'n wildskamp en daar is 'n wildpad.
Okay, en ek het gehoor van ander mense dat hier so zonkies op die plaas. Vertel my asseblief so 'n bietjie meer van die zonkies.
Ja, die zonkie, iemand het vir ons op 'n stadium gevra of ons nie vir hom 'n paar donkies kan hou vir 'n tydperk nie. En toe het daar nou kruissteling plaasgevind tussen die donkies en die zebras. En die resultaat was die zonkies. En ja, dit is nogal 'n mooi dier om na te kyk. Hulle is natuurlik steriel, hulle teel nie verder. Hulle is soos 'n muil.
So jy kan hom maak, maar hy kan nie verder voortplant nie.
Nee.
Okay. En so vinnige beskrywing, hoe lyk hierdie zonkies?
Wel, hy het nou nie die kleur van 'n zebra nie, maar hy het wel strepe op sy voorbene af en hier op sy blaaie het hy die zebra strepe. Dan verder het hy die baie mooi maanhare van 'n zebra.
So hy lyk amper soos 'n donkie met pyjamas.
Ja, ja.
Nee, fantasties. Baie dankie. Ons waardeer hierdie geleentheid en ek glo ons gaan dit vandag op die 4x4 baan baie geniet.
Ja.
Ons gaan definitief vir julle terugvoer gee en ons hoop ons sien mekaar gou weer.
Ja, en volgende keer kan julle hulle fietsen ook saambring. Dan kan julle miskien die bergfietsroute ook aan.
Is daar 'n kieddieroute, want hierdie figuur gaan hom nie maklik maak nie.
Ja, daar's maklike routetjies en dan ook moeiliker.
Fantasties. George, ek sê vir jou baie dankie vir jou tyd. Ons waardeer dit verskriklik baie. Kyk uit, hierdie episode gaan hierna volg. Jy gaan baie pret en plesier hier uitkom en ons sien jou aan die ander kant.
Right, upon arriving at Hennops, this is where we get ourselves nice and ready with deflating of the tires to get the correct tire pressure and so that you can have a lot of that tire grasping and gripping through the dirt as we go throughout the day. It's going to be absolutely incredible. What a beautiful facility Hennops is.
Goeiedag, dit is Etienne hier van die Bosryers. Ons is vandag hier by Hennops en ons gaan hierdie pragtige wêreld van hulle geniet en ons sê ook net natuurlik vir Hennops baie dankie vir die borgskap wat ons gekry het om hierdie baan van julle te kom uittoets en ook natuurlik te kan review. Ons het vandag 'n wonderlike span, ons is 6 voertuie in totaal wat hierdie obstacles gaan meemaak en ons gaan kyk hoe vorder ons. Lekker!
Hallo, my naam is Kenneth Negrini en dis Michaela Negrini, my co-driver vandag en ons ry 'n epic buggy.
Hi, ek's Rian Marits, dis my vrou Martie Marits. Ons is al die pad van Marble af met 'n Mahindra Thar Adventure op Matra en Dunlop Grand Tracks. Ja, ons sal vandag sien of ons modder in ons bloed het.
Goeiemôre, is Pieter. Wie hier met my Lowlax, is 'n bietjie Hennops geniet vandag. Sien uit daarna. Dankie.
Hallo, ek is 'n grysdempers. Ek ry natuurlik met 'n grysbeer, my Silver Fortuner. Hy's so klein bietjie gelig en ek het vandag my bande bietjie afgeblaas as Kumos. Ek het hulle afgeblaas na so 1.2 om bietjie te probeer kyk hoe wat se traksie kry ek en ons gaan Hennops geniet.
Right, ons is nog steeds die span van Etienne Dempers hier sommer die Nissan 3 liter V6 100% standaard, net so 40 mm lig wat ons op hom het en ons het BF Goodrich bande 1.5 bar gepomp. Nog steeds het ons die difflocks nie, maar ons gaan kyk wat doen my co-driver Martin Venter en so halfpad co-driver, maar ook deel van die kamera span het ons vir Dylan wat vir ons vandag saam gaan rondhardloop hier op die terrein.
Ja. Goeiemôre, my naam is Jacques en ek is net vandag hier so eintlik vir die braai. Ek gaan hierdie manne bietjie bedien vandag en hopelik hulle pensies vir hulle vol kry en my lady Tian is saam met my, hy is my co-chef. Dankie nee.
Goeiemôre, is weer Johan hierso. Ons is weer by episode 3 en ons vandag gaan kyk of ons die hele episode kan klaar ry sonder enige probleme.
Before we take on this beautiful trail, we get together for our group meeting and prayer. Alright, so we started off the day with a zonky trail on the Hennops farm, and I don't know what to expect. It's my first time here. We're here definitely to enjoy the day. One thing I can say though is this thing on my face, the COVID rules. That part I do not enjoy. But however, rules is rules, and we comply as far as possible. We're more than 2 people in the car, so we have to do what we have to do. So let's see what happens. Right, ons is hier by obstacle 1 julle. So dis 'n axle twister. En ek weet nie wie van julle gaan julle diglocks aansit en wie nie. Natuurlik moet 'n low range engage wees. Ek self het nie diglocks nie, so hierdie gaan sports wees.
Well, faster uphill, the man in question here, Etienne, take us through your feelings and how did it go while you were on there?
Well, that was definitely an obstacle worth mentioning. With an uphill incline and all the axle twisting go around there, this was definitely one shaking us all around, and momentum was absolutely key since I don't have any diff locks on my vehicle.
Terrific stuff.
Alright, we made it through. Just in front of us was a Nissan Patrol that did not make it, and well, since we saw already what happened, we started off with proper momentum and we made it.
Well, next up is Rian in his fantastic Mahindra, showing lots of control as he goes about his business.
Then we have Peter with his Lowlux coming in with excellent traction, excellent wheel articulation, making this look so easy with his very capable vehicle.
Well, next up is Kenny with his big car, the epic bug. You can almost hear the sensational sound as he goes up and negotiating himself through the course. There's Kenny.
Then there's Johan with his modified Jeep. Unfortunately, his wheel articulation is not working very well for him. In the front with his solid diff, he's got excellent wheel travel, but at the back with his leaf springs, they are quite hard for the little amount of weight he's got on his vehicle.
Lovely beast it looks like, eh?
Well, I honestly think if he's got more flex on the back wheels, then he will have an absolute monster going through every obstacle. Excellent ground clearance, huge tires, powerful engine, just more wheel flex and this thing will be an absolute beast.
The sound is just amazing. Well, coming up is Grace in his Toyota Fortuner. They're showing absolute class, mitigating it nice and easy, stadig oor die klippe. This is how you show the young ones how to make this as you are the boss of it.
Just remember, every time when you do take an obstacle slower, automatically it becomes more difficult.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here by obstacle 2. This is Rocky Twister, and it's got a bit of a downslap and then coming up with a steep incline, and let's see what happens when we take this. Right, this is obstacle 2, Rocky Twister. This is quite a shaky one, definitely way more difficult than obstacle 1. Oh, stop. There we go. That's a boy.
Attaboy, Kenny once again making an appearance in his paid car, coming up without any 4x4.
And this is Johan next coming with his Jeep. On this specific obstacle he took it with a little bit more momentum and he did the excellent line choice.
Now, once again, mitigating it is Lowlux Peter coming up, making it look so easy, effortlessly. You can see almost short in base as we speak about.
And this is Rian coming with his Mahindra Thar. Way more capable vehicle than what I expected at first. This definitely the vehicle that exceeded my expectations.
And now to conclude is Sagreis in his Toyota Fortuner. Fantastic and amazing power and precision. Just look at him go effortlessly. Such a magnificent car.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here by obstacle number 3, Vastrap Hill. I believe the name says it all, so let's see what happens when we take it. Like a rocky terrain, there's some loose stones and some loose gravel going on a bend to the left. Now let's see what happens in the rest of this terrain. Quite bumpy, not that difficult though, but too slow momentum without the dip up will definitely get you stuck. But this is a nice cruise. Looks like it's literally on the way to a scenic drive because it's literally going up the mountain, and where we are we already can see some nice view out points.
And next up is Sagreis in his powerful Toyota going up this rocky hill.
Now this is Kenny coming, doing quite good with the rest of the team following, and the momentum is going quite well. As you can see, there's not much of an obstacle there, but however it is worth mentioning the steep incline all the way to the top of the mountain.
This is, well, call it obstacle 4 if you like. Harties View Pass. This is a beautiful scenery road, not really an obstacle, so we're just going to drive it as a convoy all together just to enjoy it. It's got a slight bit of a twister, not something hectic. We can do it with a 2x4, so actually nice. It's got a nice feel to it. Almost feels like you're on the sea having some waves.
Once again, a beautiful adventure of the nature and the people surrounding.
Absolutely. Now remember, this is one of those specific scenic drives that makes you completely forget about the world outside of this farm as you enjoy life and nature at its best here.
Now, how fantastic will it be also if people are on the scene having some fun on the trail runs, like for instance, look at these folks having fun out here.
And look at the thumbs up they gave us.
Harties View Pass is up next.
We are here by one of the first most difficult obstacles on this terrain today, here by Hennops. It's called the Rocky Climb, and it starts with a decline first. And there's a warning sign that says, please pre-inspect the following obstacle. When in doubt, take an alternative route. Daai bord is nie daar vir geen rede nie. I was walking that trail now and damn, I'm unfit. Alright, on this decline, you basically do a clutch control just so that you don't stall your vehicle, and then you also use your brakes to assist your engine in climbing down this mountain, even though this is still the easy part of this specific obstacle. So the rest is still yet to come, but just for future reference, if you do watch this video, never hold your clutch in while you go downhill.
How to navigate your way down this, you'll tell us a bit more in detail about it.
Alright, first of all, worth mentioning is this specific decline on the video does not show the actual decline it is. This is about a 40-degree decline, and you need the power of your engine to hold you back. So my vehicle specifically is a high rev motor, so my motor is working way too fast to just go down on the engine itself. So that's why I'm using clutch control, so that I don't run out of speed or way too much speed, and using my brake at the same time to assist the engine in braking my vehicle. However, most of the vehicles, like for instance the Toyotas, has got such a low power range, low torque in their engines, so they can most of the time go down without using the brakes at all, just using the engine power itself.
Talk about engine power, but how about the vicinity? How about this place? Just man getting in touch with nature.
This is definitely where you know how God created nature to be and how we can enjoy it in the full.
But quite interesting is, look at this now as he goes down this step and the reach. Please tell us a bit more and illuminate on how difficult that actually is.
Wel Tabo, soos wat jy nou vra, daai trappie weer eens op die kamera lyk nie so moeilik nie, maar wat hom baie interessant maak is hierso is ground clearance van 'n voertuig taamlik belangrik, en as jy nie baie ground clearance het nie, soos jy kan sien op die Mahindra Thar, die short wheelbase en die kort benaderingshoek, die kort vertrekkingshoek maak die wêreldse verskil op hierdie spesifieke obstakel. On this rocky climb we have Peter going first. He is the person with the most knowledge and a very capable vehicle, so he takes us first so that we can see how he does it, what lines to take, and from there giving us motivation and a bit of insights on how to take it. This track not a sissy route.
Like I
Peter is taking this last bit of the obstacle quite easy as he takes the steps up, making again look like this is no obstacle at all. Thank you Peter for taking a few stones, making this step a bit easier for us with our less capable vehicles.
Alright, this is Rocky Climb Part 2. This is where the fun really starts. We start with a little decline going around the corner to the left. Then we have some loose rocks, some loose gravel, a few steep steps climbing up, and then we're going around the corner again to the left, and then comes the serious stuff that is really separating the boys from the men.
Well, coming from a more experienced driver and a more capable car down to a less dominating vehicle, please tell us a bit more how you found this particular obstacle.
Well, definitely without diff lock, this is an obstacle that really takes a lot of punishment on your vehicle, as you need to take it with a lot of momentum. And then the correct line really plays a big role, and you can see that Peter helping us out with the line.
Well, surely incredible as you see them going up and down and over the rocks, surely having some fun. You can see them shaking and bouncing inside while taking another gaff and a puff at it just to get the climb up.
I had a few back rolls and had to do a few times it over, but eventually I got it out.
Gimana? Okay. Kom op. Waarom dia? Kom gaan net. Die kant. Net bietjie terug.
Ek raai klip gemis hier langs. Moet ek links gaan?
So. Okay, gaan in die kant toe.
Dan gaat ons weer. De rechte lijn. Hier gaan de magic gebeuren.
Nou, fijn.
Kom ons kyk hoe kom hy hierso om die draai. Natuurlik met die wye sirkel waar hy Fortuner moet draai, mag hy dalk wel 'n 3-punt draai maak, maar net dalk verbaas hy ons. Nee, hy gaan nie 'n 3-punt draai maak nie. Hierso kom hy uit reguit vorentoe en hy cruise heel lekker. Die lyne word aangewys en sy grysstyk vat hom oor die klippe, stadig, maar seker, sonder enige moeite. Daar is die regte voorwiels bietjie lig gewees, maar op sit cruise hy kom so lekker uit. Op die laaste deel van hierdie obstakel klim hy soms so 2 trappe gelyktydig die agterkant van die kar gly so bietjie. Verstol daar, maar nietemin hier vat hy met 'n bietjie meer momentum, meer krag. Bietjie terug. Hy wys vir jou op pit, my broer, hy wil nie terugkom nie. Hy wys vir jou hy kan, daar's meer as genoeg perre in daai D4D motor. Daar is slegs 'n rear wheel drive sonder diff lock. Hy doen heel baie uit. Hy vra ons wat meer spasie maak, hy. En hy vat hom maar reg in die boom in. Maar hy die boom natuurlik gebruik vir sy taktiek om uit te kom om die klippe mis te trap. Pieter wat hier so help met bietjie meer traksie. 4-silinder Supra motor en die kortgemaakte chassis van 'n Hilux. Hy het oop diffs voor en agter en 'n momentum, dis waarmee hy kan werk. So kom ons kyk hoe vorder hy. Johan wat hom daar uithelp. Ek lieg, Pieter wat hom daar uithelp met lyne. Hy het 'n bietjie min momentum. So kom ons kyk of hy dit gaan uitmaak. Pieter wat vir my 'n nuwe lyn aangewys het. Hier kom hy bietjie meer momentum, hier kom hy om die draai. Johan wat op sy laaste strek is van een van hierdie highlights op die baan hier by Hennops. So kom ons kyk, gaan hy dit maak, gaan hy dit nie maak nie. 35 duim wiele wat hy op het. Klim die klippe. Dan gaan hy daar van die beste uit op die kom. Hier kom die final stretch obstacle. Nog een trappie en hy is deur met liefde.
Fantasties, hier is ons nou by die Kudu-loop en groot wonder is, hoekom die naam Kudu-loop?
Ek dink dit het maar te doen met die lekker nice afstand wat ons het om die natuur weer eens te kan geniet en die scenery om jou te kan geniet. Slight bit of 'n obstacle, maar nie vreeslik baie nie, so dit is natuurlik nou nie muise loop nie.
Wel, fantasties om te sien hoe die manne opkom, weer eens, weer nader te kom aan die natuur. Wel, dit is jagseisoen, dit is wintertyd, dit is bietjie droog, maar dit is 'n ander beauty.
Nee, verseker. We would like to say thank you for Rules Workshop, who is always looking after our vehicles, maintaining them, making sure it is safe for us to take the next 4x4 adventure. So Rules Workshop in Carltonville, thank you for your awesome service that you always deliver for us.
Right, this is the Dongas that we're going to take now, and I must be honest, this is a playground. There's not the actual road, there's not the right way, there's so many different ways, and you can do it over and over and over, just as you please. So let's see what comes out of here. Starting to go down, definitely the wheel in the air. The moment you start rolling, try your best to move into the roll to avoid it completely.
Boys and girls, welcome to the Playpen. This is where we bring out the cars to come and play. Definitely here you will see two exits as they come around. One will be the easier one and the other one a more challenging exit.
With Johan coming to that downhill, going into that ditch, it almost looks like that bit of a wall in that ditch saved him from rolling completely over. And finally we had our first introduction to the famous Zonky.
Well, with all that fun and seeing the Zonky, we saw a ditch, a big hole, and it was playtime.
We just couldn't resist having a nice photo shoot in this beautiful terrain. Now as you can see, we're going in and out, taking different angles, making wheel lifts, a huge possibility there. As you can see, some places we even hook our noses into the ground.
Well, in with the nose and out with the tail. It is playtime, boys.
Dylan coming with his camera in different angles so that we can have so many different views. And then I was not the only one playing around. Peter followed shortly, and the rest of the crew also following in our footsteps.
Well, at this moment, on the way before lunch to the fantastic Dongas, it is absolutely incredible to see what these machines can do on the Dongas.
And some zebras on the way. What a beautiful sight it is to see such beautiful animals on this farm.
Well, there you see them speeding up to the Barney's pups, the Dongas. Well, first up, it is the Lowlux, mitigating and showing some class as he does. Surely he is a more experienced driver.
And next up, I'm taking it with my Nissan. Now this specific ditch, once again, looking not as difficult on the camera as it actually is. You will see where I almost rolled my bakkie, but in future reference for yourself, whenever you do go into a roll and it is possible for you, drive yourself going into the same direction as you roll, and you will drive yourself out of the roll.
Well, up with the tail, it is now where it goes, and into the roll he comes out, Etienne, and lovely stuff.
So Grys taking the correct line, not having any issues whatsoever.
Well, I'm almost jealous. The previous one went up in the sky. What will Grys do at this moment? Just a slight up and a tilt. Back down. Easy does it, Grys.
Kenny in full control with this 2x4, having no issues whatsoever, as the weight is at the back of the vehicle, so he doesn't have the issue of rolling his vehicle whatsoever. Just getting stuck with the 28-inch wheels, but again, no problem as he just floors it out.
Surely the name says it all. The epic bug is in the building.
Bjorn coming with these huge wheels, not having any problems whatsoever, just coming out, cruising it nicely. Also in his advantage, he's taking the correct line.
I must say these dongas is quite fun, and we're going now to the second obstacle of these dongas. Now this is something I've never done before in my life, so this is definitely a first for me. It's something that we just enjoy, and I really feel like I can do it over and over and over. So yeah, let's enjoy the next donga. I don't have momentum and I don't have traction, so let's keep that with more momentum.
Well, this obstacle is quite amazing. As they say, there are many ways to kill a cat, and this time showing it off Peter with his low locks.
Because this obstacle has got 3 exits, we took the first obstacle on the right hand side. So Grace coming next with his Fortuner, showing us how it's done at a very, very slow rate. Look at that wheel lift! If that was very fast, it would have come down quite hard.
Well, up next is Johan in his Jeep. Well, let's see what Johan will do as he shows some power to just get out of it.
Rian coming with his Mahindra, quite capable. No sweat at all for him. That short wheelbase definitely works in his favor on these obstacles.
And it's time for the ladies to show us what they can do with the debug on the epic bug.
Peter taking it for the second time in the center with that huge ground clearance. There's no sweat whatsoever for him.
Well, Sagreis now coming down with his powerful Fortuner as he goes and mitigates into the hole and a bump, but still managing a tail, also coming down with the tow bar. Well, my friend Etienne coming now for round number 2, or is it round number 2?
No, that's round number 1, not making it with that low ground lift.
Well, Etienne out of the ditch.
Rian coming with his Mahindra, that short wheelbase really working in his favor on this obstacle. And the ladies pushing it quite fast through.
Well, surely Women's Month coming to play here in the beautiful vicinity of Hennops.
Now we're taking it all to the left exit of this obstacle, going into that axle twister ditch, lifting both front and rear wheels.
Did I say how much fun this is? Now come on, if I do it now for the 3rd time, then you should know. Come on, this is amazing. first time in my life I'm doing this specific experience, and it's fun, it's awesome, and you should try it.
Once again, the Mahindra are going up and making his way into the Twister Axle. There he goes. Let's see how easy he does it. Up just slightly at the back.
And again, the lady's pushing the limits of these vehicles. Kenny and Johan being good gentlemen, letting their wives drive.
Well, yet again, the Jeep. And it is once again the ladies, and it's power and adrenaline to a steady before she takes on the ditch.
She was quite shaky after this one, I must say.
Well, she looks quite in control, I might say.
She did hide it very well.
Still playing in the Dongas. Now I've got like an axle twister going down into a ditch and at the same time coming up. Now what more do you want out of life than this? The Fortuner went in front of me and he completely disappeared inside the hole. So this is quite amazing. I will hopefully on the video she will see the size of these Dongas. This is so much fun. I really enjoy this. Oh, I stalled again.
Momentum is your friend, what can I say?
Talk about fun once again. The Mahindra makes his way up into the Dongas.
Brian coming out quite nicely there, showing us how it is done. Look at that smile. Definitely enjoyed that. Kenny coming through with his wife behind the steering wheel.
Well, lovely to see the ladies yet again making another entry and out of the Donga with sheer power and matriculating throughout. Look at that. Incredible.
I must say that the lady handled it quite nicely with that huge body roll of that Jeep.
Well, surely once again it is all about having pleasure and fun in the sun.
Now look at how Peter takes this specific obstacle to the more difficult side on the exit. Look at that powerful wheel lift coming down. And that is how a monster does it.
And of course, just for the fun of it, I have to take this ditch again. I love this axle twister going down, coming up again, literally hiding yourself from the life outside. I'm taking this time the slight different lane, and let's see what happens. Got stuck again. Let's go back for more momentum. Unfortunately, that's my friend. Not enough. Still need a bit more. Looks like that line is just not for my vehicle. I need to take it more to the right to get it out right. Lekker!
Only after seeing the video I realized that I pushed my vehicle into the wall at the back, but nevertheless there was no damage, at least. Bosryers coming in again with these lockers, making this obstacle look like no obstacle at all, coming out quite nicely and steady.
And up into the right hand is Grace.
I'm taking this one blind actually. I didn't walk this obstacle, so I've got no idea what's waiting for me. But let's see. It looks like fun anyway. Oh, my chassis feel the ground. We've enjoyed the day so far. However, I've got no idea where on the farm we are right now. Somewhere along the line we lost track, but that's okay because it's still fun and we still enjoy some obstacles like we're doing right now. Hey. These loose rocks really makes it lekker. So yeah, let's enjoy it while we can. The day is almost over, so we're making the best of what we have left of it.
Well, after lunch, we continued with the fun and the obstacles in the sun. Oh, surely next up the Mahindra making his way up to the next coming obstacles and is stuck, but surely about to make his entrance. Up and away.
A huge thank you for our sponsors regarding the lunchtime. That was Rubbish Man sponsoring us with charcoal and firewood. And also we had Fattish Chicken, who sponsored us with the delicious chicken fillets. And thank you for Kenny from Think Metal, who made this awesome braai for us.
Oh, making our way down to the Lapa, what a surprise. Look who's waiting for us on the knock of lunch.
Just as if he knows we're having lunch now.
Well, once again, a look at the beautiful pleasures of life.
After we had lunch, sponsored by Fattish Chicken, we hit the trail again on our way to the exit.
I just want to send my co-driver in first, just to make sure how deep it is.
Now look at that muddle. Well, at first we thought we have to take it with proper momentum, because mud is not something you play with. When you get stuck, you really get stuck. But surprisingly, the ground was quite hard underneath all that water.
Well, making another entry and making it windows roll down looking very easy in the low lux.
Oh, and I am so glad for once in my life I was not a passenger in this pipe car. As you can see how the water literally goes up to the seats in this vehicle.
Well, emerging from a wet affair, coming up next is the Jeep with Johan.
And Rian making this water just by the door.
But here we are on a lekker decline. I'm not sure again where we are exactly, but it's nice. There's a nasty rock that's standing out there. where you can damage your belly on your vehicle, so that's definitely something to look out for.
Funny you should mention bellies just after lunch.
That's so true. Well, there you can have a proper view of the bellies.
Oh, fantastic. Coming up is Peter with his highlights up and out of this obstacle like a boss.
Oh, Kenny giving the cameraman quite a fright with that low belly of his over the action cam.
Or from a close shave to a high mountain. Also fantastic to see the smiles on their faces and the cooler box. Fantastic.
Very important item. Rian coming with his Mahindra. Very wet. As you can see, the camera is splattered with mud.
And that is absolutely how we do it. Nice and wet, dirty and rough.
So Grace taking it last with his Fortuner. Luckily we can still see the belly of his beast, even though the camera was already splattered with mud.
Oh, absolutely fantastic to see the wild man and these machines.
So we came to an obstacle called the Crux, not really sure how you pronounce it. However, this thing's gonna be difficult. Hold on to your seatbelts.
As we make our way down to the crux, it is most important to make mention of the people that made this day a reality, our friends, our partners, businesses that made this a reality. First up, Torero Productions.
Correct, yeah, Torero Productions is a sound company that does live production, sound stages, lighting, big screens, etc. And they gave us a financial support on this production.
Well, and a big high five to the Country Pie.
Again, giving us a financial breakthrough to make this video possible. The Country Pie, selling pies all over Gauteng.
Well, thinking of Think Metal.
That is Kenny, the owner of Think Metal, who sponsored us with awesome braai, with our Bosryers logo cut it into the braai, and also giving us a financial boost.
Well, how about the Rubbish Man? A big high five to them as well.
Rubbish Man, who gave us all the charcoal and all the firewood we need for our lunch times during these episodes.
Well, how about Fatty's Chicken at this time?
Fatty's Chicken, who made lunch itself possible with the delicious chicken fillets and bread rolls that they sponsored for us.
And a big shout out to this beautiful Hennops off-road trails. How about them?
Well, definitely if it wasn't for Hennops, we wouldn't be able to do anything whatsoever, because they sponsored us with this beautiful farm and these awesome obstacles.
Roofs Workshop.
Well, definitely one of the sponsors worth mentioning, as they are the ones who looks after the maintenance of our vehicles, making sure it is safe for us to take every obstacle with pleasure.
Torero Logistics Transporting Services.
Torero Logistics, one of the companies who travels all over South Africa with people's goods.
Well, last but not least, at the Garage Recording Studio.
Definitely the biggest sponsor we have for making this production possible, as Varren is coming with his camera and his crew, recording us and editing everything for us to this perfection.
This is obstacle where you clearly need diff lock. We don't have it, so whatever momentum you got, you need to keep it. And we're through! That was quite difficult, but smelling rubber, but we made it.
Peter coming up with his low lux, doing quite well with that powerful engine, diff lock, huge tires, ground clearance, and awesome wheel articulation. So that's doing quite well for him. Taking a different line, trying to see if he can make it a bit more easier for himself, also keeping his momentum quite well. Well done, Leon! And here comes Kenny with his pipe car. We're not sure which side of the obstacle he will take. Will he take the more pro? Will he take the easier route? Let's see. However, he needs speed. And he's taking the more difficult option. Let's see how he goes through. And he is running out of juice. Unfortunately, the 1.8 engine without any low range is not working for him on this obstacle. And this is Johan coming up with his modified Jeep, 35-inch tires, 4-liter engine, shortened Hilux suspension with Hilux diffs. Let's see how he does this obstacle. Impressed, also keeping in mind there's no diff locks whatsoever on this Jeep. Idling this obstacle out as always, surprising us with his powerful engine, getting good traction. And he has done it extremely well. Well done, Bosryers.
Well, airing up at the moment as everyone is preparing to take on their various destinations. A big shout out to Etienne in his Nissan Hardbody, Peter with his Toyota, Bosryers in his Toyota Fortuner, Rian with his Mahindra, Johan in his Jeep, and Kenny in sy pipkar.
Lekker van hierdie is 'n Indie flight. Ek doen altyd my bande gelyktydig, so ek kan hulle afplaas hierso. Of ek kan dan met die pompie van onder weer oppomp. So dit is 'n baie interessante McGafter wat 'n boer uitgevind het en wat 'n kosbare besitting om te hê in jou 4x4.
Ek wil net eerlik sê die beste deel van die Indie flight is dat ek hom ook kan gebruik. From our side, the Bosryers team, all the drivers, camera crew and the chef, we all like to say thank you very much for Hennops for this wonderful opportunity that they gave us to enjoy this day with them. And this is definitely one of the tracks in South Africa that I would recommend to every 4x4 enthusiast. From our side, God bless. Bosryers! Dankie koning Jesus, dat ons weet